Hello YouTube, this is Paradox from Team O.N.S. bringing you another deck profile. We've been cranking them out all day today. This one's going to be one from the new set. It's the Musketeer build. It's actually going to be my first deck presenting to you guys, so hope you all enjoy. Definitely leave some feedback on what you think. It's a really fun deck, very consistent deck, and it plays very well overall. So starting Vanguard is Broccolini Musketeer Kira. Very good starting Vanguard. Generic, Pioneer skill. At the same time, she moves back, and for a counterblast, put her into the soul. Look at the top 5 cards for a grade 3, which is pretty good if you're grade locked. It's a form of grade security, but that's not actually the point of why she's there. She's there because she's a Musketeer, and Musketeers actually, the way they work is you sacrifice Musketeer units, and then you use that to swarm the field with more Musketeers. So I'm going to put her over here. Next for the grade 3s, I'm going to start out with, for Black Lily Musketeer Herman. Really good. Again, another Musketeer. When boosted, gets +2, so consistently hits for 19, 20, 21, all the numbers you really wanted to be hitting. And then I'm going to do the main grade 3 of the deck. White Lily Musketeer Cecilia. Obviously, standard O.N.S. rules apply. You need to run at least 1 SP. At least. White Lily Musketeer Cecilia, her skill is, she has 2 actually. Her first skill is choose 1 Musketeer on the field and sacrifice it, and in exchange you look at the top 5 cards of your deck for a Musketeer and superior call it. Very good. Again, at the same time, very consistent in the fact that not only that, she does not require a counterblast to activate that initial ability, so it becomes, taking out completely useless units on the board, and then hopefully exchanging them for better units. Her limit break, however, does cost 1 counterblast. Her limit break is counterblast 1, return 5 Musketeer units to your deck, and look for 2 copies of White Lily Musketeer Cecilia in superior call them. Now that's really good actually, because if your opponent is constantly attacking your sides and hoping of destroying Musketeer units, well then those Musketeer units will eventually just pile right back onto the deck, and then you can just swarm the field again. Not only that, but if you use it correctly, you will never, ever deck out, which is something we all hate doing. Grade 2s next. I run 4 Lily of the Valley Musketeer Kyvant. Unique skill: when this unit is placed on Vanguard or Rearguard, counterblast 1 and sacrifice a Musketeer unit to look at the top 4 cards of your deck for a Musketeer unit and superior call it. Very good early game, good late game if you need to get some strays onto the field, and then obviously later used for sacrifice fodder, so he's pretty good. Next I run for Cherry Blossom Musketeer Augusto. Really nice 12k attacker, and if everyone knows about this current meta, it's all about using those 12k attackers and all about using consistent 8Ks, 7Ks, getting 19, 20, 20, 21, and Augusto can easily get you there. And considering almost all of your cards are going to be Musketeer units, he can hit, and he's really good. Then for my last grade 2s, I run 3 Tulip Musketeer Almeria. Now, most people would probably say, well, maybe you should run Iris Knight. Iris Knight's a 10k and it can hit for more numbers. Well, that may be true, but Almeria, she's, first of all, she is a Musketeer on herself, so she can be used for sacrifice fodder. Another thing is she in herself is a damage adder. So if you really want to, let's say you got a Cecilia in the damage zone, or you got a heal trigger, or you got something that you really wanted in the damage zone, well, she can help you out, and she can actually help to exchange that, which is really, really good. And when you're done with her, just sacrifice you, and I'm going to look for more cards. And those cards are Really, really unnecessary to find something that's better. Okay, grade 1s. So I run 4 Corolla Dragons, standard 8K. Not much to say there. Gets there. Numbers. All about the numbers. All about those numbers. I then run 3 Lily of the Valley Musketeer Rebecca. Again, like Kyvant, but she's a grade 1, counterblast 1, sacrifice a Musketeer unit. Look at the top 4 cards for a Musketeer and Superior Call it. Again, now one thing actually that you should know about this deck is that you get a lot of your grade 2s and your grade 3s out. It's a lot harder to get your grade 1s and boosters out. So always try and consider at least sacrificing your unnecessary grade 2s and grade 3s for perhaps some boosters, and then flood the field with Cecilia's late game for limit breaks. Then I run 4 Water Lily Musketeer Ruth, a standard 10k attacker. When you have a Musketeer in your Vanguard circle, very good. Becomes a 10k by herself or becomes a 7k booster, which is amazing in this current format. So consider her, I guess, for those meta players like at K. And she's pretty, and come on, she's a lot hotter than K. I mean, very, very nice. Very nice. I mean, actually, now I think about it, I mean, look at these girls. Very pretty girls. You have the one couple guys there, but you know, they're all about them ladies, all those pretty ladies. All right. 4 perfect guards, standard. Always want to run those 4 perfects because you need to run 4 perfects. Enough said. I mean, you could run 3, but I personally like running 4. Okay. I'll keep my 1 SP there. She's so sexy. Love it. Love it. You stay right there. Alright, triggers. For me, I do something a little different. Now, most people do 8 crit. I do 6 crit. Obviously, now this guy, Night Queen Musketeer Daniel. Now, obviously, run 4 of him, not just because he's a crit trigger, but the sheer and simple fact that he's a Musketeer. So you always want to have options. Always want to have options, even if those make or break situations. You always want to at least have maybe a Musketeer to help you out. I run 6 draw triggers, so that way, you know, I'm never running out of cards in hand. I can always draw more if I really need to, and helps me out. Lastly, I run 4 heal triggers because we don't have those people that don't run 4 heal triggers. I mean, you can be ballsy and just not run heal triggers, but yeah, you should run heal triggers. And of course, you know, he is himself also a Musketeer, so he gets you there. And that's it. The overall deck is very fun. Can be very consistent if you play it well. Can hit cross rides actually if you know use Augusto and you use Cecilia properly. And you're never gonna run out of cards unless you're really trying to run out of cards in your deck. And because if you always use her limit break, you're never gonna run out of cards. Yeah. So this is my first deck profile. Hope you guys liked it. Definitely gonna make some more in the future. For Team O.N.S, this is Paradox, signing off. Laters.